You walk into a room, a coffee shop, a meeting, a crowded train, and immediately the air gets a little heavier. You feel the shift. The invisible spotlight clicks on, and suddenly you are on stage. You adjust your posture. You check your phone so you don't look awkward. You replay the sentence you just said, wondering if it sounded stupid. You become painfully, acutely aware of yourself because your nervous system is screaming that they are watching, evaluating, judging. We spend massive amounts of our lives performing for this silent audience. We organize our behavior, our words, and our self-worth around what we assume is happening inside their heads. But here is the glitch, the deeply unsettling, fiercely liberating truth. You are giving absolute authority to minds you cannot even prove exist. Think about it. When you feel that intense social anxiety, it relies on one massive, unexamined assumption, that the people around you are fully conscious, vividly aware, and actively judging you with the same rich inner life that you have. You assume there is a someone behind their eyes. But what evidence do you actually have? You can observe their behavior. You can hear their voices. But the one thing that would settle the question forever, their actual first-person subjective experience, is permanently sealed off from you. The only consciousness you will ever know directly is your own. Philosophy calls this the problem of other minds. It means you cannot logically prove that anyone else is actually experiencing reality. For all you know, the person you think is judging your outfit could be a philosophical zombie, a being physically identical to a human, but with no inner light, no witness, just an empty performance of a person. Now, I am not saying everyone around you is an unconscious NPC, and to be clear, the goal here isn't to become a raging narcissist or to decide that other people don't matter. It's about recognizing the limits of what we can actually know. Your anxiety doesn't treat their consciousness as a maybe. It treats their judgment as an absolute, undeniable, omniscient fact. And that is where the audience in your head is born. The audience isn't made of the actual strangers in the room. The audience is a Frankenstein monster you built in your own mind. You take your own shame, your own insecurities, your own brutal self-criticism, and you project all of it into the unprovable minds of the people walking past you. You build a panel of invisible judges out of thin air, place them inside the heads of strangers, and then you grant them authority over how you move through the world. That is a brutal amount of self-torture to build on top of a philosophical assumption. Next time that heavy, anxious performance feeling kicks in, look at the person you think is judging you. Look right at them and remind yourself, I have no direct access to whatever is or isn't happening inside that skull. I see a face, I see signals, but their inner witness, I am just guessing. Maybe they are judging me, or maybe there is nobody home. We don't know. You can never mathematically prove it either way, but that uncertainty is the entire point. For me, this uncertainty acts as a mental circuit breaker. Whenever I catch myself spiraling, obsessing over a stranger's gaze, or getting drained by the fear of being judged, I use this to zoom out. I zoom all the way out to the metaphysical level. I remind myself, I am agonizing over the judgment of a mind whose very existence is a mystery to me. And just like that, the spell breaks. It pulls me out of that exhausting internal friction and lets me breathe. If the very existence of their mind is an unsolvable mystery, why are you letting their hypothetical judgment dictate your reality? Why are you shrinking yourself for an audience that might not even be conscious? You don't have to become cold. You still treat people with kindness. You still hold the door. You still say thank you. But you stop treating their unverified inner world as your master. You stop acting as if every passing mind has the metaphysical right to define your worth. The audience in your head is not a fact. It is a massive, unproven assumption. And once you realize that, the theater empties out, the social pressure drops, and you remember that you do not have to keep living as if you are on trial before ghosts. This is the cosmic glitch. Reality has bugs. Let's find them. See you in the next glitch.